Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to our online class. Today we are going to discuss about the last topic, that is garbage in and garbage out. Okay? Are you ready for the class? The objectives of the class are: meaning of the garbage. We know garbage is a thing which is no longer in use. Garbage is also called as junk, or it is also called as rubbish. Dealing with garbage. We produce the thousands of tons of garbage in our city, but how to deal with such type of garbages? About that also we are going to discuss in the class. Then types of garbage. Do you know about there are types of garbages? Yes, there are two types of garbage. About that we are going to discuss in the today's class. Then meaning of composting. What is the meaning of composting and the benefit of vermicomposting? About these things we are going to discuss in the today's class. We throw out so much rubbish or garbage every day from our homes, schools, shops, offices, the grains, pulses, biscuits, milk or oil purchased in the shops are packed in a plastic bags or tins, right? All these wrapping materials go out as a garbage. We take only inside material, food components which are useful for us, and we cook the food, but the cover wrapper of those materials are thrown out as a waste or garbage. We sometimes buy things that are rarely used and often thrown into the garbage. You can see here the food items: ice cream cups, sambar, chutney, then chips cover, then fruit peels, bread, and the peel of orange, some chocolate wrappers. All these are thrown as a garbage. Can you see in this slide, the area is completely filled with the different types of garbages, right? Some are made up of plastic, paper, fiber, metals, then cloth. All these are the different types of garbages. Then what actually garbage means? Garbage is an unwanted or undesired material or substance. It is also referred to as rubbish, trash or junk. Garbage is of two types. One is biodegradable and next is non-biodegradable. Let us see the meaning of biodegradable waste along with the examples. Biodegradable waste. Biodegradable materials can be decomposed by microorganisms such as bacteria, enzymes and fungi. These all act on the waste and convert this waste into a compost. They help it to decompose in the soil. Okay. Examples of biodegradable waste are kitchen waste, cloth, paper and fruit peels. All these are the examples of biodegradable waste. Then coming to the non-biodegradable waste, which is completely opposite of the biodegradable waste. You can see in the image that plastic bags, cans, tins, metal, glass, all these objects are the examples of non-biodegradable waste. An object that cannot be decomposed into organic or environmentally safe waste products. This is unlike biodegradable objects, which can easily be decomposed by soil bacteria into organic and safe waste materials. Means non-biodegradable waste are those which cannot be decomposed by the organisms. Organisms cannot decompose them into a simpler substances. Such type of waste is a matter of serious concern for all of us, and if it is not handled properly, it causes pollution. It causes air pollution if we burn the garbage, it causes soil pollution, and if we dump that garbage into the water bodies, again it causes water pollution too. Some examples of non-biodegradable waste are plastic bags, buckets, plates, glass, metal scraps. All these are the examples of non-biodegradable waste. Once again I am repeating students, non-biodegradable waste means these waste cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms into simpler substances. Biodegradable waste means peels of vegetables and fruits, paper, wood, all these are the examples of biodegradable waste. Whereas non-biodegradable waste means plastic bags, glass bottles. You can see here the tins of some Pepsi, Coca-Cola cold drinks and plastic bags, then glass bottles, plastic covers, then paper box, right? These all are the examples of non-biodegradable waste. So here are some different types of waste which we are going to see in detail, and later we are going to classify it into biodegradable or non-biodegradable waste. Kitchen waste. Our kitchen waste includes all these: eggshell, tomato peel, lemon juice we extract, then we throw the lemon peel, avocado peel, then all the fruits and garlic peel. All these are the part of the vegetable or food which is not consumed as a food are thrown it into a dustbin, right? This type of garbage is called kitchen waste. Also includes the eggshell, banana peel, then some fruit peel, then all types of food peels, right? Including tea powder, then leftover food, bread, onion, eggshell, so many unwanted food items are considered as a kitchen waste, which all are completely decomposes in the soil by the action of microorganisms. Next, coming to the new type of waste, that is the electronic waste. Electronic waste means all the electronical goods like tube lights, bulbs, computer, TV, refrigerator, laptops, DVD players, CD players, all these are electric gadgets are called as electronic waste. They all are made up of plastic, metal strips and magnets, right? These are also called as, once it is no longer in use, then it is also considered as waste. For example, fused bulb, can you use it for any other purpose? No, it is waste. So these all are the types of waste which are considered as non-biodegradable waste, which will not rot or mix with the soil by the action of microorganisms. So they falls into a non-biodegradable waste group. Then coming to the hospital waste. Hospital waste includes most toxic substances. For example, syringes, needles, then plastic bags, medicines, drugs, saline bottles, which are made up of chemicals and plastic, right? The cotton used for the bandage, the plasters, all these things are very harmful and dangerous for our health. Such type of waste are also considered as non-biodegradable waste. Still now we discussed about the different areas which produces the waste, like factory waste, hospital waste, then kitchen waste, office waste, electronic waste. Then now we are going to discuss eco-wise waste management. What to put where? Already now we are able to classify the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste, and you have seen these green bins and blue bins, right? Green bin, what does it contains? It means what type of waste we have to put into the green bins? Food items, kitchen waste, peels, cuttings, refuse, tea and coffee waste, cotton, then matchstick, hair, means all the types of garbage which can be decomposed are going to put into the green bin. Got it? Then coming to the blue bin. Blue bin includes plastic food jars, tubes, lids, bottles, plastic toys, makeup jars, styrofoams, foam cups, milk juice carton, empty paint or aerosol cans, metal cans, coat hanger, batteries, pots, glass bottle, jar, dishes, cups, pottery, makeup jars, mirrors, light bulbs, window glass, aluminium rigid trays, household paper, paper gift wrap and cards, paper egg cartons, rolls and bags, boxes, cardboard, cereal, tissues, then detergent wrappers, newspapers, magazines, books, all these are the garbages which we have to put into the blue bins. Means most of these are non-biodegradable waste and some of these can be reused for any other purpose. For example, empty paint cans that can be used to store the water or to store the grains, juice bottles, plastic toys, if it is broken you can use it as a showpiece to. Then food jars, tubs, like that some of them can be reused. If it is unable to reuse, then we have to put it into a blue bin. So bottle, plastic, glass, then metals, magnets, all this goes into a blue bin because collected by the Safai Karmacharis, right? They are going to separate it as the useful component and non-useful component. The part of the garbage that can be reused is the useful component. This component is then treated by the different process to make it non-toxic. Okay, the part which can be reused. For example, if you brought a juice bottle, once you drank the juice, that bottle can be used to store chocolates or any grains in the kitchen, right? Such reusing materials are called as useful component. This component is then treated by different process to make it non-toxic. Non-toxic means non-poisonous. Then non-useful component which is no longer in use, which cannot be reused. The part of the garbage that cannot be used in the non-useful component, which is then separated and spread over the landfill and covered with a layer of soil. Like kitchen waste. Kitchen waste ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? We cannot reuse it. We can reuse paper, we can reuse cloth, plastic, metal, but we cannot reuse the kitchen waste, animal dung, cow dung or goat dung, animals waste, dried leaves, those things cannot be reused. That non-useful components can be separated and it is spread over a large area called as landfill, and once it is completely filled, it is covered with a layer of soil. Like this, we are going to separate the garbage as a useful component and non-useful component. Then let us see what is the meaning of landfill. Landfill is an area where the garbage collected from a city or town is dumped. The area is later converted into a park. You can see here non-useful garbage is dumped in one area from all over the city. Okay. Later it is converted into a city landfill or it is converted into a park, because the non-useful thing means non-biodegradable substance. Biodegradable substance means which can be decomposed easily. You can see here the garbage is dumped in this area, later it is spread on that soil is covered. Later you can grow the different new types of plants. Plants can grow very healthily because they get nutrients from the biodegradable substance, which enriches the growth of the plant and allows the plant to grow healthy. Then now let us have a look at how the useful component is treated. Converting plant and animal waste, including that from the kitchen, into a manure is called composting. Composting andre enu? Plant waste, animal waste and kitchen waste. All these are collected and converting that into a compost. That method is called as composting. You can see here brown leaves, green grass, food scraps, manure, water, air. With the help of microorganisms and bacteria, fungi and microbes, these all together what they make? They convert it into a compost. Composting recycles organic household waste and manures into an extremely useful humus like soil and products called compost. Okay, by the action of microorganisms, these kitchen waste, plant product and animal waste are converted into a manure with the help of microorganisms. This method is called as composting. In the composting, we use garbage which includes animals' dung, dead plants, papers along with the kitchen waste. Then what is vermicomposting? The method of preparing compost with the help of red worm is called as vermicomposting. Here we are using red worms to convert the waste into manure. By the action of red worm, it is converted into manure. Okay. Vermicompost is a nutrient-rich organic fertilizer and soil conditioner. It increases the moisture in the soil and it enriches with the nutrients. Here it is converted into organic fertilizer, not a chemical fertilizer, which is not harmful for the growth of plant and it is eco-friendly. Mixture of red worms along with the garbage to be composted. What is a red worm? Why do we use? How does it help in vermicomposting? Why do we take help of red worms only? Red worms, they have some special qualities. Let us see that. Red worms do not have teeth. They have a structure called gizzard which helps them in grinding their food. Red worms do not survive in very hot or very cold surroundings. They also need moisture around them. The worms are put into the pit containing the useful component of the garbage. The worms then convert the garbage into a usable compost. They convert the garbage into a usable compost that can be used in gardens and fields for the plants and crops. Okay, they need always moisture, they cannot survive in very hot or very cold temperature and they don't have teeth also. But they eat the food and digest that garbage into a useful compost. See, can you see here the garbage is converted into a black color clay-like substance. That is the vermicompost. Later, it is dehydrated and converted into a dry powder which looks like a tea powder. This is called as vermicompost, which is known as organic manure. Effects of vermicompost on plants. You may have doubt, teacher, why we have to use this vermicompost? Instead of that, we can use chemical fertilizer which can give us result in a short period. But vermicompost also gives us better result and most important thing is it is a organic manure. It accelerates germination. It increases the speed of germination of the seeds. It increases number of fruits. It helps to bear more fruits in a plant. It also accelerates flowering. If the plant used to flower yearly once or twice, it helps to accelerate to bear the flowers 3 to 4 times in a year. It increases the growth of the plant. Means the speed of the growth of plant increases very fast. So we need to use vermicompost and it gives us slowly nutrients for the plant continuously but not very quickly. but it gives sufficient nutrients for the plant. So it's better to use vermicompost because it is eco-friendly and it doesn't have any side effects on plants and even on human beings, those who are consuming the fruits and vegetables of those plants. So you may have some doubts. See, for example, I have a question. Which kind of garbage is not converted into compost by redworms? Redworms used to convert garbage into manure. Waste ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ ಗೊಬ್ಬರವಾಗಿ manure ಆಗಿ convert ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ? But which type of garbage it cannot be converted? Yes, you are right. Non-biodegradable waste cannot be converted by the redworms. Piece of cloth, polythene bags, broken glass, aluminium wrappers, nails and broken toys are not converted into compost by the redworms. Then next you may have this question. What do you do with the leftover food at home? Teacher, we have lot of leftover food. Whether I can throw it into a biodegradable waste or can I put it into a plastic cover and throw it into as a non-biodegradable waste? See children, food is also made up of plant and animal product, right? So leftover food can be collected and used to form compost. Compost produces nutrients necessary for the growth and development of the plant. Then next question arises like this. Do you think it is better to use compost instead of chemical fertilizer? Why? Your answer may be like this. Yes, it is better to use compost instead of chemical fertilizer for the following reasons. Chemical fertilizers are good, but compared to compost, chemical fertilizer usage we have to reduce because compost is easy to prepare. Here we are not putting lot of amount to prepare the compost. Compost is environment friendly as it do not cause any health issues in humans and animals. If you use chemical fertilizer, it is costly also and it is not environmental friendly and it is not a healthy thing to use the fruits or vegetables which are grown with the help of chemical fertilizers because they cause some side effects. Compost will not cause pollution. Compost increases the soil fertility. Compost is biodegradable. Means it convert here first thing is we are going to convert waste as a manure. Here amount of garbage is reduced and it is converted into a useful substance. So using compost is very important and it has lot of benefits as we discussed now. Okay students, now it's time to sum up. Means in this class we have discussed about the meaning of waste or garbage and types of waste like biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Now we were able to classify the garbage into biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Then the biodegradable waste which is no longer in use can be dumped into a large area called as a landfill and later that landfill is converted into a garden, right? After that we discussed about the compost. What is the meaning of composting? Yes, converting biodegradable waste into a manure. If we use redworms to convert the waste into a manure, then it is called as vermicomposting, and the uses of vermicompost into the field of agriculture is most important, right? About this we have discussed. Let us see about the non-biodegradable waste, how to dispose them, and is there any possibility of recycling of those things in our next class. Hope you understood the topic till this. Bye bye children.